let's look at this height column. We're basically seeing how we can separate columns using delimiter and so on, using number of values to the right or to the left and so on. So, but see here now, we have 170, that is height in centimeter. Now, the challenge here usually is how do you separate this? There's no space as a delimiter. And if you say you want to separate based on number of characters, so what if we have something like 18 cm where we just have 2 characters? How do we separate that? What if we have more than 3? So in this case, we are still going to come to the transform tab, then the split column, but we are either going to use any of these two by digit to non-digit, right? So these split values in selected column based on transition from non-digit to digit, right? So now if you look at this column, we have from digit to non-digit, right? So we could easily just utilize this digit to non-digit and see that, yes, we'll split this accordingly from digit to non-digit. So we can basically take out this, right? We remove this column because we don't need that unit, and we can just rename this height in centimeter so that we will know that it's in centimeter. So, but now, like we've seen earlier, this is still in text as a data type. So we need to change them to numbers, okay? So you see here, we can come to transform, then here, all right, data type, and select whole number. So we can easily just, yes, this is correct. So this will be weight in kilogram. Yes. Okay. So we have basically succeeded in cleaning that. There's one I really want us to pay attention. I think that will be the dates that they joined the club thereabouts. Yes, dates joined. So if you notice this, you see that the date joined here is in date, and you have timestamp inclusive. So we'll want to split this into the day, the month, and the year. Then we'll do away with the timestamp. So how do we do that? We can still use the split column and we'll say by a delimiter. So this is quite easy and straightforward. Okay, we have the delimiter, and remember, we have it at each occurrence of the delimiter. Okay, we say, okay, so we'll have 3 column splits. So if you come to the year, we have the day, the month, and the year, right? If you come to the year column, you find that you still have the timestamp. So we'll need to separate this with a space delimiter, right? So that we can have the year standing on its own. Okay, delimiter, then space, okay? All right, we have a split now. So this is the timestamp. So we'll do away with the timestamp because we don't want it. All right, click here, click on remove to remove this column. So take this as well, remove. Okay, so what we need to do now is just to rename this. So this will be day joined, and then month joined, then year joined. All right, so successfully clean this data from beginning to the end. So what is left for us now is to load this back to Excel. But I would like to quickly show us something here. You see, Power Query records the steps, right? So you have apply steps. So here, Control Z or redo will not do it. So if you want to go back any step, you just need to close any of the step you want to close if you want to go back any step, okay? So let's go to File, Close and Load. You can get it through File, or you can get it from Home tab here, Close and Load, okay? To load it back to Excel. Okay, it's loading, look at it, it's loading. Okay, so we have it loaded correctly now. So the name, the so this we can easily just correct this by double clicking and taking out the wrong list. So we basically have everything now as it should be. Yes, everything as it should be. Oh, wow. We have a problem here on the heats. We begin to see some formatting problems here, right? You see, we have some formatting problems here in the heat. Okay. And the easy way to basically look at that is this. Okay. So we need to actually remove all of those. I think they are K. We need to remove them. Okay. All right. So that means we have to head back to Power Query. So because this is connected already, we'll just go to edit here on the query tab, right? To edit. It's loading. So we head down to the heats. Okay, we want to remove the K from the heats. So we will go to transform, then replace values, and we'll say replace K with null. Okay, all right. So let's convert the entire data type to a whole number. Okay. Let's see the keys. Okay. The keys are gone. So now let's load it back to Excel. Load. And the keys are gone. All right. So this data set now is now ready for us to work with it. Okay.